Hi guys, and welcome to another tutorial from Cisca Stitches. Today's tutorial is on how to make your two-piece shirt collar, which you can use for your shirts or your shirt dresses. If you're new to my channel, welcome. If you're an old subscriber, welcome back. Please click the subscribe button and also please click the bell beside it so whenever Cisca Stitches posts new videos, you get the notification. So now we can go ahead and begin. So guys, what I have here is a shirt pattern from a previous tutorial. The reason why we'll be needing this shirt pattern is because we are going to be measuring the neckline. So right here I have my placket folded like so. My placket is measuring 3 inch, but I'm going to fold it to about 1 inch. I need to know that placket measurement of 1 inch because we are going to use that when we are making our collar stand. So once I'm done with this, what I'm going to do next is to place the shoulders of both the front and the back and begin to measure from the center front, not from the placket. So my front is measuring 3.5 plus 1/8 of an inch. So I need to take note of that, and then I'm just going to place the back like so and then continue measuring till I get to the fold. So I'll just continue measuring like so till I get to the fold, and I have 8.25 right there. So I'm just going to mark that 8.25 on this paper. And remember, it's on fold, so by the time we are going to multiply that by 2, we'll be having 16.5, just to take note. So guys, remember our front measurement out of that 8.25 was 3.5 inches plus 1/8 of an inch. 1/8 of an inch is 0.125. So I need to take note of that. So what I'm going to do now is to draw a straight line where we'll be marking that 8.25 inches. So I'll be starting my measurement from here. I'm going to get my tape rule now and then mark 8.25 inches. And then once I'm done with that, I'm going to draw a straight line at both ends, and the lines must be parallel to each other, meaning that it must be straight. Both of them must be straight. So guys, after I mark this, I'm going to determine the point where I'm going to be writing on fold, and that point is going to be our back collar, and then the other side will be the front. So I'll go ahead and measure the collar stand width, and I'll be going with 1.25 inches. You can go with 1 inch, you can go with 1.25 inches. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the front and then raise it up by 1.25 inches. You can also even raise it up by 1 inch. That is up to you. That is how I want to raise my collar. So the 3.5 inch plus 1/8 of an inch measurements that we did earlier, I'm just going to mark it out on the front place. And once I'm done marking it out, as you can see, I'll just go ahead and curve out our collar stand from this point here. I'll just go ahead and curve it out. Then remember, we took 1.25 inches for our collar stand width. So from this curve here, I'm going to mark that 1.25 inches, and then what I'm going to do is mark another 1.25 inches right here. So once I mark that, I'll just go ahead and connect this point to this point with a straight ruler, and of course we need to curve this part out. It should be parallel to the one under. Make sure you fine-tune it. So remember our placket measurement of 1 inch. What we're going to do now is extend this line. I'm just going to go ahead and extend it, and then I'm going to mark 1 inch from that point there. Our placket bottom placket measurement is 1 inch in total. I'm going to mark, and then what I'm going to do is curve this down. So that is it for our collar stand. And the next thing we are going to do after curving this out is to add our seam allowances of 1/2 inch all around, with the exception of the parts where we wrote on fold, because we don't need to add seam allowances to those points. So of course, after adding our seam allowances, I'll just go ahead and connect the points together, curve points where necessary, and then that is it, guys. Of course, this area you need to curve it out with your free hand. Then we're going to be cutting 2 pieces of our collar stand, even though it's on fold. And of course, I'm just going to go ahead and label this collar stand so we know what it is, and then we're going to cut this out. So after cutting, this is what it looks like, and now we can go ahead and create our main collar. So guys, what I'm going to do is just place this on a fresh new pattern paper, and then I'm using these thumbtacks now. I'm just going to be creating points on this line not the seam allowance. So I don't have a tracing wheel. That is why I'm using, my push pin or thumbtack to do this. So I'll just start from that fold, continue, marking points. And the point you're marking is going to, show on the new pattern paper. And this is where I'm going to, end my poking on the pattern paper. So I'm just going to leave that up. You can't see the markings that I have created. So what I'm going to do is just, get my ruler and then use that to connect the points that those thumbtacks have made. So right there is where the front begins and where the back ends. So as you can see, this is what I have. So I'll just go ahead and, just connect the points together. So guys, once I'm done, joining them, I'm just going to go ahead and show you guys that this actually matches so that we're not making, any mistake. So what I'm going to do is flip this to the other side now. And then what I'm going to do is at both ends, I'm just going to draw two straight lines upwards, and they must be measuring 8.25 inches. That's the distance between the two lines must be measuring 8.25 inches. So our collar stand width was 1.25 inches. So I want to, increase my main collar. So I'm going to be marking 1.5 inch. I want it to be a little longer than the collar stand. So guys, I'm going to be writing here on fold. Of course, we need to label, and that will be our back. Here will be our front. So guys, at this point now, I want to determine the style of your collar. So if you are going to be drawing a diagonal line close to it, your collar will not be, that dramatic or that big. So I'm just going to go ahead and, make it like so, make it a little wide. I'm going to be marking 3 inches. So you can make this bigger, you can make it 4 inches, you can make it 5 inches. It's just going to make your collar a little more dramatic. So I mark 3 inch, and then what I'm going to do is connect that point all the way to the 1.25 inch mark on fold. So you can decide that you even want to, create a curve around, the collar area at this point. That is definitely up to you. You can just go ahead and, curve it out. It's still a style. So once I'm done with this, guys, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and add my seam allowance of 0.5 inch everywhere, with the exception of my, line of fold. And then once I mark it, I go ahead and, join the points. And of course, after joining, we are going to go ahead and, cut this piece out. Remember to label this your main collar, or you can call this a collar fall, because it's actually going to fall behind your collar stand by the time you create this on fabric. So I'll just go ahead and cut this out now. For this main collar, we are also going to be cutting 2 pieces of this. So this is our main collar, this is our collar stand. I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I hope it was helpful to you. Remember to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And in a future video, I'm going to be showing you how to assemble this together while I'm creating a shirt dress. So stay tuned. Remember to subscribe, turn on notifications so you get notified whenever we post new videos. Bye guys.